I am proud to bring on our friends at Story Trading.
We both want to talk about LDI, and it's exploding as you're speaking. I finally turned green for the day right now in this crazy move. But great job picking up. I saw you picked up at low of day, like 404, 405, something like that. That bounced right off of a support level that I had marked, which was right here, 403. Perfect bounce off that support. Anyway, just turned my day green on this major reversal in LDI. I bought some call options live on our live stream earlier. I don't know if you were watching that, The Godfather, but I think that's a good segue.
As I mentioned in the Discord,
right into the LDI thesis. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, I mentioned in the Discord this morning this big underperformance of LDI versus the rest of the names, and I sent out the whole screen. And again, there's some CEO insider sales that are on this predesignated, predetermined sales program. And every time that comes out, as it did first thing this morning, showing he sold another million plus shares yesterday at 461, the stock sold off. But look, you gotta zoom out. This is a story that should be trading now. Irrespective of what's going to happen in terms of this boon to their business. At the $6 to $7 level relative to its peers. So every time this comes out, buying the insider selling dip has been the right thing to do. So that's simply what I did. Again, I got lucky at 406 tick, but that's where I put my bids in. So I got the fill.
Perfect.
So yeah, you really need to take a longer term view of this. This less than 1% of his holdings.
And by the way, on that, you did great on the common shares. I already had a large position, so I did it with options. I just sold some. What I bought live this morning was the next week's $3.50 contracts. Bought them for 90 cents. Just sold them at $1.34, like an 80% profit or something. So, buying the dip on LDI. I've been saying all week that LDI is the new ONDS. Let's see if ONDS is still being ONDS, or basically every single day you could buy the dip in ONDS. So it's pulled back for a few days, but that's basically a top 5 pick in my newsletter almost every single day now, where I think you can buy the dip almost every single day with these rate cuts. Just digging in. Listen, if you can help me with the fundamentals a little bit, very superficially I understand them. Look, lower interest rates, good for home sector. I get that. There was a lot of hype over Open Door and Eric Jackson and all that. So initially I was playing that a little bit because it was in the right sector and was being pumped by Eric Jackson. But I didn't play it with conviction or size because I don't like – I mean, Eric Jackson is acting like Zach Morris, to be honest with you. And it just turns me off so much. Rhett knows what I'm talking about. So then when Citron came out and said, you know what, Open is too expensive and the better play is LDI, that really spoke to me. I'm like, thank God someone gives me a more legitimate way to play the sector. And then you chimed in, Godfather, and you made a comment which really resonated with me. You said that LDI will benefit from refinancing more than Open. And with now the interest of people are talking about now multiple cuts, not just a one-off, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multiple cuts. And that's really bullish for refinance volume. And that's where I'm getting my conviction from. Did I tell that story right? Is that the way it goes? What's the story here?
Yeah, look, I mean, the Open and the OPAD stories rely on, corporate flipping of homes. These guys rely simply on refinancing activity, which is, highly correlated to lower rates. And, the biggest part of refinancing is, what does your customer retention look like? When companies or customers choose to refinance, do they do it with you or do they go across the street and take their business elsewhere? Well, the answer is at Loan Depot, over 70% of the customers will refinance at Loan Depot. And if they sell a house, pay off their mortgage, get a new mortgage on a new house, they will use Loan Depot again. The average for the industry is like 35%. That means your customer acquisition costs are next to zero. So in addition to the savings that they're seeing on an operating basis, utilizing AI to process these transactions, they have this inherent operating leverage.